down, but looked like those teeth were pretty sharp.
They were having absolutely none of it. Stuffed him for a loss.
Yeah, couldn't get any leverage up front and move people aside in order to run the ball.
Bust through the tackle. And shedding his way forward. And call that an even 50 yards on the punt with 7 on the return. And the AFC will have it 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Mahomes in the AFC now with a 1st and 10 at their own 13. Now here's Mahomes. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the contact and the flag is thrown.
So hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
On 1st down, Mahomes. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. Charles, this the 2019 Pro Bowl. The AFC's won both games that have been played here in Orlando since they moved it here. Both have been competitive, 20-13 2 seasons ago, and then last year in 2018 it was 24-23 the final.
Yeah, and 2 years ago, Travis Kelce, Lorenzo Alexander were the game MVPs, offense and defense respectively. And then last year, Delaney Walker of the Titans, their tight end, he won it on offense, and Von Miller of the Broncos won it on defense.
So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No,
Mahomes hit. He lost the football. So on is Jason Myers. He's hit from as long as 58 in his career. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the 2nd quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. The 305-pound defensive end, Jarrell Casey, gets the sack. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Open man is Michael Thomas. Breeze to his Saints teammate Thomas for the NFC first. Well, he was so good throwing the football on 3rd down during the regular season. Why wouldn't it carry over here to the Pro Bowl?
Sometimes that's just who you are, right? If you're good at something during, as you said, during the regular season, so what if it's with a bunch of guys you're unfamiliar with? It's 3rd down, he finds a way to convert.
And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. That one goes for 36 yards.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Again,
and he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the NFC just an extra point away from tying up this game. And a little time left on the clock, so on the other side, they're thinking, gosh, we'd like to get that lead right back.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. Here I am going ahead and tapping out the first half. There's still time. They've got to make a decision about what they want to do on the kickoff, where they want to let their return guy touch it.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This one fielded at the 5. play action. Now it's Mahomes. Well, the NFC pressure a little too much as they get home for the sack. That sack by Khalil Mack.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. Here's Mahomes to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the NFC going to call the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Mahomes going to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. On fourth down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. Tariq Cohen of the Bears back deep for the NFC. This is fielded at the 27. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. The final shot before half for Breeze. He's going to look deep down the field. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. So we're at halftime of the 29th. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. Mahomes in the AFC now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. They start with a give to counter. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That'll go as a loss of 5, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. The Defensive Player of the Year, Aaron Donald. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
That's his 2nd sack of the game. The best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offense.
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. The Defensive Player of the Year, Aaron Donald. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. So, Charles, talk about a play that could prove pivotal. And I mean pivotal. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Getting the sack, the big D tackle, Geno Atkins.
Well, that was point-counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run and the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
We've been at enough practices, and how many times have we stood on the sidelines and a unit goes out to kick a field goal and hear a special teams coach say, make sure you protect. First thing, protect. And here they give up a block.
Yeah, especially in a tight game like this, tied second half. This is what execution is so key.
They go over everything in the huddle. The last thing you're going to hear everywhere, make sure you protect. That didn't get done.
Getting a hand in there and knocking it away, Eddie Jackson. Fletcher Cox, the Eagles All-Pro, there to make the tackle.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks.
And he cannot get rid of it. The NFC getting in there for the sack. Khalil Mack picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Ready, 5-9.
Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. Now Breeze throwing on 2nd down. Hurts over the middle. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Breeze turns for the NFC first.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
The intended target, Saquon Barkley. That'll bring up 2nd down. Now Breeze. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And he will carry this one in. Touchdown NFC. Todd Gurley. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the NFC has taken the lead.
Hey, that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock, and I'm thinking, there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now, on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced the 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But, boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
A 2nd-time Pro Bowler here. This is the Chargers' Melvin Gordon. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Malcolm Jenkins of the Eagles in on the tackle.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
And that is incomplete. He was looking to get it to Jarvis Landry that time. And it's 3rd and 5. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark, really, start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what it...
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Khalil Mack in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Got to be careful here. They need to move quickly, but it's also 4th. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's caught at the 25. Down the numbers. There he goes. And touchdown. Tyreek Hill in the final minute. And the AFC is an extra point away from tying this game up. Wouldn't be the Pro Bowl without the QBs taking some shots, and that shot paid off.
He understood I don't know if it's instinctively or if he did his homework, that you do take your shots, as you said, in this game because the payoff is terrific. We will remember how many touchdown passes you throw. I don't think we ever recall how many interceptions you throw in a game like this.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. To throw is Breeze. Wide open receiver complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the play. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Back to throw, Breeze. Throw left side on target to Thielen. Breeze to Adam Thielen for an NFC first down. Breeze now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10. On the counter, Elliott. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now they get the timeout. It leads you to wonder, will they kick it here or risk running another play and possibly not getting down in time? We'll see. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. And right now it all rests on the right foot of Aldrick Rosas. He did have one blocked earlier. This time it's for the win. And this one is right through. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. And you know, in an era of cost-cutting and maximizing your roster, this is a club that does not skimp on special teams, and in these situations, it pays dividends.
And that's great vision by the organization. When the difference between winning or losing depends on who you have kicking the ball, would you rather have a street free agent out there or a solid pro like this? Answer's pretty evident to me.
So, Charles, a victory for the NFL. Welcome to Madden NFL 20. Here you can try the all-new QB1 face of the franchise or enjoy classic Madden with Madden Ultimate Team, franchise, or a quick pickup game in exhibition.
Watch out flip. Watch out whip. I'm in the whip. I'm gonna rest. I never switch. Ice in the wrist. Car on the wrist. All in the wrist. Watch out flip. Watch out whip.
Entering settings screen, you have 19 options. Menu narration option is set to office selected.
I get the money, but I never switch. They saying you switch, you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You was lit. I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hating cause I took no risk. But I bet you wanna be famous, They act like they made us, You know I'm icy in Vegas.